6 people have been shot in just 24 hours across the West Midlands. 1 man has been killed in Wolverhampton. Another is fighting for his life in hospital. And 4 more were injured after gunfire erupted at a Birmingham nightclub. Major investigations are now underway. At just after 3:10 a.m. on Friday, the 19th of September, West Midlands Police received multiple calls. Reports had come in of shots fired near Leicester Street, in the Whitmore Reans area of Wolverhampton. Armed response officers were dispatched immediately. They arrived within minutes of the first call. On arrival, they found a vehicle with 2 men inside. Both had suffered serious gunshot wounds. Despite the efforts of emergency crews, one of the men could not be saved. He was aged in his 20s, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. The second man, in his 30s, was treated at the scene before being taken to hospital. His condition has been described as life-threatening. He remains in critical care. West Midlands Ambulance Service confirmed they were called at 3:11 a.m. The response was significant. 2 ambulances were dispatched. 2 paramedic officers were also sent. A trauma doctor and a critical care paramedic from the Merit team attended the scene. The Midlands Air Ambulance critical care car was also sent. When ambulance crews arrived, they found 1 patient already in critical condition. Police officers had started basic life support before paramedics got there. Advanced life support was immediately commenced. Despite prolonged efforts, it became clear that nothing could be done to save him. The man was confirmed dead at the scene. The second patient was in a critical condition. He received advanced trauma care at the roadside. He was then taken under blue light escort to hospital for emergency treatment. Detectives are now leading the investigation. Leicester Street remains sealed off. Large cordons are in place covering several roads in Whitmore Reans. Forensic tents have been erected around the vehicle where the men were found. Crime scene investigators are conducting fingertip searches. They are collecting cartridge cases, bullet fragments, and other ballistic evidence. The vehicle has been removed for detailed forensic testing. CCTV from nearby homes, shops, and council-owned cameras is being reviewed. Detectives are also conducting door-to-door inquiries. Residents are being asked if they saw or heard anything unusual during the night. So far, no arrests have been made. A senior detective from West Midlands Police said, "A man has lost his life and another remains critically ill. We understand how shocking this incident is for the community. Our officers are working tirelessly to establish what happened and who was responsible. We believe this was not a random attack." In response to the shooting, West Midlands Police authorised Section 60 powers. The order applied to parts of Whitmore Reans from 7 p.m. Friday until 8 a.m. on Saturday. Section 60 allows officers to stop and search anyone in a designated area without the need for reasonable grounds. It is used in serious situations where violence is feared or has already taken place. Police say the measure was introduced to prevent further incidents and to reassure the public. Extra patrols were also deployed to provide visibility in the area. The shooting has caused widespread concern in Whitmore Reans. Residents reported being woken by the sound of gunfire in the early hours. Some said they saw flashing blue lights flood Leicester Street within minutes. Local councillors have condemned the violence. Faith leaders have appealed for calm and have urged witnesses to speak to police. Police have promised to maintain a visible presence in the community. Just hours after the Wolverhampton incident, gunfire broke out in Birmingham city centre. At around 3 a.m. on Saturday, the 20th of September, West Midlands Police were called to Mango nightclub on Bristol Street. At the venue, multiple shots had been fired. 4 people were injured. 1 man was taken to hospital in a critical condition. 2 other men and a woman also suffered gunshot wounds. Their injuries were described as serious, but not life-threatening. West Midlands Police launched a manhunt immediately. A 32-year-old man has since been arrested on suspicion of attempted murder. 3 women in their 20s and 30s were also arrested on suspicion of violent disorder. They were detained after being stopped in a vehicle on the M6 in Warwickshire. Forensic officers have searched the nightclub. Detectives are examining CCTV from the club and the surrounding streets. Witnesses who were inside the venue at the time are being interviewed. Ambulance crews were called to Bristol Street shortly after 3 a.m. Multiple units arrived within minutes. Several ambulances, paramedic officers, and specialist critical care staff were deployed. The area around Mango nightclub was busy, with large numbers of people still on the street after closing time. 4 patients were located and treated by paramedics. 1 man was found in a critical condition and was rushed to hospital under blue light escort. 2 other men had sustained gunshot wounds, but were stable enough to be treated before transfer. A woman was also injured and was conveyed to hospital for further assessment. All 4 remain in hospital. The man who was critically injured continues to fight for his life. The shooting has shocked Birmingham city centre. Mango nightclub is a popular venue on Bristol Street, close to the heart of the city's nightlife. People described panic as the club was evacuated. Witnesses reported seeing people running into the street as police and paramedics arrived. Many have expressed disbelief that such violence could take place inside a crowded venue. Local councillors have condemned the shooting, calling it deeply concerning. Business owners in the area have voiced fears about safety and the potential impact on nightlife in Birmingham. Police have increased patrols across the city centre. They have also appealed for calm while investigations continue. These 2 incidents mean 6 people were shot in less than 24 hours across the West Midlands. A young man was killed in Wolverhampton. Another 2 men remain in a critical condition, and 3 more people are in hospital after the Birmingham shooting. Gun crime has been a persistent issue in the region. West Midlands Police confirmed that more than 200 firearms were recovered in 2024. Many of these weapons were linked to organised criminal groups. Despite high-profile operations and weapon seizures, firearms remain in circulation. The scale of these back-to-back shootings highlights the ongoing challenge facing detectives and frontline officers. 6 people shot in just 24 hours, 1 man dead, another 2 clinging to life, 3 more wounded inside a nightclub. 2 major cities struck by gun violence within hours of each other, 2 major investigations launched, and 2 communities left in shock. Police cordons remain in place on Leicester Street in Wolverhampton and on Bristol Street in Birmingham. Detectives are gathering evidence, recovering CCTV, and speaking to witnesses. In Wolverhampton, no arrests have yet been made. In Birmingham, 4 people are in custody, including a man held on suspicion of attempted murder. Both investigations are at an early stage, and police say more updates will follow in the coming days. The people of the West Midlands are left asking how so much bloodshed could erupt in a single day. This is World News Watch, bringing you the latest breaking updates. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay up to date with every story. And as always, stay safe.